Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through basically all of my makeup favorites. And all of these happen to be drugstore because all of my makeup is from the drugstore because I can't afford high-end makeup. So I'm basically just going to go through all of the makeup that I use every day because that's my favorite, of course, because I use it every day, and I basically don't really change my makeup from day to day, and I don't even really own that much, so I basically use the same thing, and I've definitely found some favorites. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm also gonna try to go relatively in order of how I do my makeup. So first thing I use is this Rimmel Stay Matte Primer, and basically I just use this on my nose, and I also use it on my eyelids if I'm going to do eyeshadow because it works fine as like an eyeshadow primer. And it just really helps to minimize the oil. I would not use it if you have dry skin because it is very drying. I also wouldn't use it all over your face. So like I said, I just use it on my nose because that's where I get the most oily. Next is this CoverGirl Liquid Eyeline Blast Eyeliner, and I have used this for probably since 6th grade. That is 9 years. So I've always used this. I really like it. It works fine. I use it for my waterline and it's just really smooth and it stays on well, and yeah. So next I have two favorite mascaras actually, and I always go between both of them, so I decided just to include both in this. So one is the Maybelline The Rocket Volume Express Mascara, and the other is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. So basically what I've decided, since I always go back and forth on the two of these, I have this one in the waterproof formula and this one in the non-waterproof formula. And so then I decide in the morning if I need the waterproof or not, like if it's gonna rain or if I think I'm gonna cry. No, not really, but I mean, you know. So if I need the waterproof, I'll wear this one, and if I don't, I'll wear this one. Moving on to eyeshadow, I actually only own 3 eyeshadow palettes, and I have all of them here with me. I have the Maybelline The Nudes, Maybelline The Blushed Nudes, and CoverGirl True Naked Nudes. Can you tell that I like nude eyeshadow? But this one used to be my favorite for a long time. And then I got this one recently. I got it actually around Valentine's Day because I was like, I want some pinkish eyeshadows. But I actually don't really like this one. I find it very dry and hard to blend, and it doesn't have very much pigment. And this one is fine. I've actually used this a lot, but really my favorite is this one. And so this is the CoverGirl True Naked Nudes, and it just has some really great colors in there. It's half matte, half shiny, shimmery colors. And some of them are really great all over the eye. Right now I have this lightest shade just all over my lid, and then this shade, which is a medium brown toned matte shade in my crease, and this is a really great crease shade. So this has become my new favorite everyday eyeshadow palette. Moving on to concealer, I have 2 concealers. One is the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer, and I use this for under my eyes, and it works really well. I like it. I have it in the fair shade. I actually kind of wish they had a lighter one, but this is the lightest, and I use it under my eyes to brighten and cancel out dark circles. For blemishes and stuff, things that aren't under my eyes, I use this, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I use it in the shade 10 Light. So I just use this, I'll dot it around my face at any blemishes or scars I might have, and I think it blends really well. And I just love the formula and the fact that it's on a little stick like this, and I just really love this stuff. Moving on to foundation, I actually don't like wearing liquid foundation. I really don't like the feel of it. So for the past year or 2 maybe, I've switched to using this Neutrogena Mineral Shears Powder Foundation. And I'm actually really surprised more people don't talk about this. I think it's really good and I really love it. It's a great natural look. Basically, you take this little sponge that's in there and you just dip it in here, and then you kind of just put that on your face like this, and it's a powder and a foundation in one, and it looks good and it doesn't feel cakey, and I just really like it. So I would really recommend this to someone who maybe doesn't like the feel of foundation and just wants something to really like smooth out their skin tone and make it look good without feeling cakey. If I do get kind of oily though and that foundation, the powder foundation, isn't enough, I will sometimes use this powder, which is the CoverGirl Clean Matte Powder. And it's just like this. It has this little cushion in here, which I sometimes use, but I'll usually just use a fluffy brush and swirl that in there, put it around my face, and I've been going back and forth between this one and the Rimmel Stay Matte one, but I keep going back to this one, so this one is my favorite. For contouring, like bronzer and blush and stuff, I've only ever used this, and this is the e.l.f. Fiji Matte little palette. It has one bronzer and one blush, and that's all I've ever used. I don't like things to take up too much space, so I like that this is all that you need. So I've just used this bronzer and this blush, and I don't always contour. I do if I'm feeling like it. I put a little bit of blush and stuff on today, but I usually don't. But this is just nice to have. I love that it has both things in it, and I think both the shades are really nice and blend really well, and it's e.l.f. and it's cheap. For brows, I don't do a whole lot. I'll usually just brush them out with this little spoolie brush, and then put some clear gel through it. I will occasionally use the end of this and fill them in a little bit if they're looking a little sparse or something, but I have pretty thick brows, so I usually don't have to do that. But I really like to use this Maybelline Brow Precise for that, and then the Wet n Wild Mega Clear Brow and Lash Mascara. I'm pretty sure this is just like a few bucks at the drugstore, and it works really well. It kind of looks like mascara, but you put it in your brows and it just helps keep them in place so that your brow lashes, what are they called? Your brow hairs aren't going everywhere. Lastly, for lips, I really don't like lipstick. I just don't like the feel of it. I don't like how it gets on everything. I think it looks bad on my lips. It always seems to like get crusty or something. I don't know, maybe I just have weird lips. But instead of lipstick, I occasionally like to wear this Maybelline Baby Lips. So it still has some color to it. It's this pretty reddish pink color, and I think I have a little bit on my lips now. But it just adds a little bit of something without being too overwhelming, and it's also very moisturizing, and I just really like this. Lastly, for brushes, these are my favorite brushes as of right now. This is the e.l.f. Powder Blurring Brush, and I use this if I use blush or bronzer, just to use here like this, and it's very soft. I think it blends everything really well, and yeah, I like it. Next, I only have one eyeshadow brush, which is a little ridiculous, but actually it's kind of two because it has these two ends. So I really like this. I have no idea what it is. I wonder if it used to have a brand name on it, but it doesn't anymore. I got it in an Ipsy bag though, probably like a year or so ago, and I just really like it because it has the two ends. So I usually put my eyeshadow on with this end, and then I just blend it all with the bigger, fluffier end. So that was it for my drugstore makeup favorites video. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope that I had a little bit of everything. Really, that's what I use every single day. I don't use like anything else. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!